right now. This is NBC Montana News, getting the facts right.
Well, good news if you're traveling this Easter weekend. Area passes are clearing up tonight after today's rain-snow mix. Good evening, I'm Montana McLaughlin. We saw a beautiful and clear sunset in Missoula tonight, but you may need to grab a jacket this Easter Sunday. Let's get right to meteorologist Matt Gray live in our weather center tracking that chilly weather. Matt.
Yeah, that's right. Below average temperatures this afternoon and clearing skies. It's a great recipe for seeing some chilly temperatures overnight, and already we're headed in that direction. We're below freezing now in the Butte area and down to the 30s around Bozeman. Missoula getting pretty chilly right here now as well. In Kalispell, we hung on to the 40s for a little while, but we just dropped into the 30s, and we are definitely going a ride of the roller coaster down here. A little warmer than we were last night at Bozeman, but I do expect that to change and really cooling down now around the Missoula. This is compared to just 24 hours ago. So for your temperature tracker, we'll fast forward through the night, and as we head towards about 5:30, that's right about an hour before sunset. Temperatures are in the 20s across the region, low to mid 20s, and as we head towards sunrise, some of us will be in the teens. So a little bit of a chilly night. We'll have more on your Easter forecast coming up.
Well, Missoula welcomed in the holiday today with their annual Wild Walk Parade. Dressed up in masks and costumes of all different kinds, parade goers marched through downtown making music, a great event for kids. So the parade temporarily closed roads in Missoula for a few hours. And Bozeman held their annual egg hunt today at Lindley Park. Kiddos scurried around, divided up by age groups, collecting eggs in their Easter baskets. The Salvation Army passed out free hot chocolate and coffee. Even the Easter Bunny made an appearance.
Now everybody's having fun. Everybody's having a good time, I think. And the snow is just not bothering anybody.
Well, if you're still figuring out your Easter plans, don't worry. We've compiled a list of holiday events going on. Tomorrow morning in Missoula, the Adams Center will welcome hundreds of people for their Easter service at 10 a.m. There's an Easter egg hunt for kids at River Valley Church at 10:30. In Bozeman, Big Sky Resort's holding an egg hunt at 9 and at 10. And the Flatheads Egg Hunt is at Lions Park at 1 in Kalispell. Several venues in town are also offering specialty Easter brunches. You can find a list of places and more at NBCMontana.com. Well, another thing to watch out for tomorrow, your pets. NBC News spoke with veterinarians who say they receive more pet calls on Easter than any other holiday. Vets say pets can get into Easter candies left around the house. Even Easter foods like ham can cause pancreas inflammation in dogs. They say cats like grass, even if fake, and swallowing it can lead to severe intestinal problems that could require surgery. Well, Pope Francis presided over the solemn late-night Easter Vigil ceremony in St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican this evening. The service took place under heightened security following recent terror-related attacks in Europe. In his homily, Pope Francis denounced injustice and corruption. He said migrants, the poor, and marginalized see their human dignity crucified every day. He urged the faithful to keep hope alive for a better future. Tomorrow, Francis will celebrate Easter Mass in St. Peter's Square. Well, we wanted to know more about Easter Sunday, and get this, after Halloween, Easter is the second top-selling holiday for candy. Speaking of candy, around 16 billion jelly beans are made each year for Easter. If all the Easter jelly beans were lined end to end, they'd circle the globe almost 3 times. And according to 70% of people, the Easter ears of the chocolate bunny, that's a lot of E's, sorry, should be the part eaten first. Well, we'd love to see what you're up to this holiday weekend. Send us your Easter photos on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We're compiling a slideshow of Easter pics on our website, NBCMontana.com. Well, one Helena-based nonprofit is helping Montana's veterans cope with their injuries a little differently. Montana Vets Montana Waters is taking injured vets fly fishing on Montana rivers. NBC Montana's Karen Farringer learned how the service is helping vets across the state.
Montana veterans are reeling in a catch of a lifetime. Montana Vets Montana Waters is taking injured veterans on fly fishing trips to help cope with their injuries. Chair member Bernie Jacobs says fly fishing and fly tying can even be life-saving for some.
Those things are therapeutic in the sense that it gives vets a place to go when they start feeling boxed in or the stress levels are building up. Tying a fly or doing some fly casting is just an escape.
Montana Vets Montana Waters officials say tying flies is therapeutic for vets with mental and physical injuries. We wanted to know more about the therapeutic benefits of fly fishing. Here's what we found. According to the U.S. Veterans Health Administration, fly fishing is a low-impact physical activity. It also helps rehabilitate vets because it's calming and repetitive. And fly fishing and tying can help vets regain strength and use of their muscles. Veteran Wade Ingraham served for 27 years and says he's seen the benefits firsthand.
I sold a Harley I rode for 30 years and bought a drift boat. You know, that's what fly fishing does for me.
For veterans like Jacobs and Ingraham, they hope the opportunity to fly fish could change veterans' lives. Reporting in Missoula, Karen Faringer, NBC Montana.
So far, 30 vets are signed up to hit the rivers this summer. The group says they'd like to eventually have fly tying classes at local VAs and American Legions across the state during winter, so it can be a year-long activity. Well, wildlife officials trapped and euthanized a black bear after it killed 2 pet goats in a Billings neighborhood. Officials say the goat owners first shot at the bear with a gun before wildlife officials got to him. They also believe the bear was going through garbage at nearby campgrounds. Well, check this out. Today at Big Sky, huge crowds came out for their annual pond skimming event. Whoa there. Organizers say over 120 participants came dressed in costume trying to ski, board, or slide across a stretch of icy water. Ski.com says it's not just about getting across the pond, but if you're looking for the loudest cheers, make sure to produce a big splash. Well, it's that time of year again. The snow's melting and people are getting out their bikes, but a warning. The Missoula Police Department says spring and summer is the busiest season for thieves, even if your bike is locked. Now, we spoke with Hellgate Cyclery to learn how to protect your bike from getting stolen.
A really good lock. A lot of locks these days have insurance with them, so there's a lot of cheap locks that will be a deterrent from just somebody walking away with your bike.
Missoula Stolen Bikes Facebook page reports 6 stolen bikes in town in the last 2 weeks. Well, thousands of people attended tax day rallies across the country today as protesters called on President Donald Trump to release his federal tax returns. Rallies took place in nearly 150 cities. Violence broke out at one protest in Berkeley, California, and led to several arrests there. Organizers hope the marches will pressure the president to act. During the election, President Trump said he would not release his taxes while they were under audit. Well, just 3 days and counting before your tax returns are due. And if you're planning on mailing yours, here's some critical information. The post office announced mail will be collected until midnight on the 18th. That's next Tuesday from the following Montana locations: Great Falls, Helena, Billings, and the main post office in Missoula. And make sure to add the right postage. Remember, it costs 49 cents for the first ounce. That's about 4 pages. Anything over that, add another 21 cents. We'll take a look at this. A live look over Missoula this evening. We witnessed a gorgeous pinkish sunset tonight. Just after the break, Matt Gray will tell you how long tonight's clear skies will last. We'll be right back.
All-wheel drive isn't all you get with a new Ford SUV. All the safety, all your dollars going further. All with a name you can trust. All that and a great dealer yours behind the wheel of a Ford SUV. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 60 months or up to $4,000 cash back on Escape. Only at your local Ford store.
Liberal politician Rob Quist wants to sing a duet with Nancy Pelosi. Government-run health care with higher taxes and more spending. The liberal greatest hits. Quist and Pelosi support a gun registry, taking away our Second Amendment rights. And they supported job-killing Washington regulations that threatened businesses right here in Montana. Liberal politician Rob Quist is singing the wrong tune for Montana. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's so rewarding providing respite care for Marie. The family gets that well-deserved break and peace of mind knowing she's being taken care of by a friend. That's what respite care from Missoula Aging Services is all about.
Up-to-the-minute breaking news coverage and in-depth factual reporting you can count on. Watch Laurel Staples, weeknights on NBC Montana.
What do you do when a car has been named to Car and Driver's 10 Best a record 31 times? You make another one. Say hello to the Accord Hybrid. With 212 horsepower and a 49 mpg city rating, it's the most powerful and fuel efficient in its class. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Well, the U.S. military says North Korea launched a missile tonight that blew up almost immediately after. President Trump was briefed, and his Secretary of Defense says as of now he has no comment. NBC's Janice Mackey-Freyer is in Seoul, South Korea, and has more.
Well, just 24 hours after a massive military parade in Pyongyang showcasing its weaponry and military hardware, North Korea launched a missile off its east coast and it failed. U.S. Pacific Command confirming that it detected the missile, traced it, and that it blew up almost immediately. It's still being assessed, the type and the range that we're dealing with, but it's pretty certain that it's not an intercontinental ballistic missile, one of those long-range missiles capable of reaching the United States. In likelihood, it could have been a submarine-launched ballistic missile because that coast of North Korea is where they have most of their submarine assets. It's certainly coming at a time of heightened tension in the region, with the U.S., South Korea, Japan, and China all threatening North Korea if it did go ahead with anything provocative like the 6th nuclear test that it looked like they were preparing for. But again, analysts will spend some time looking at the data to suggest exactly what North Korea was trying to test, but keeping in mind that the term failure is relative because it still suggests that North Korea is moving towards operational capability and making progress in building its arsenal. Now back to you.
Well, the 121st annual Boston Marathon is just 2 days away, but today the community honored the city's resilience. On the 4-year anniversary of the marathon bombings that killed 3 people and injured more than 260 others, festivities today encouraged random acts of kindness and giving back to the community. Mayor Martin Walsh laid a wreath at the finish line honoring the 3 victims. The city expects more than 30,000 people to attend this year's marathon.
And now Matt Gray with your forecast.
Well, we finally saw a little bit of sun break this evening, Matt. Yeah. What is in store for our Easter tomorrow?
Oh, Easter, folks. If you've been waiting for more sunshine, you're going to get it. However, clearing skies as you head into the overnight hours are going to lead to an Easter morning that doesn't necessarily feel like spring. It feels like kind of temperatures you would see a little over a month ago. So a cold start for your Easter Sunday sunrise service, a big deal, and you're going to want to bring that extra sweater because we are going to get down into the teens in some areas. So places like Butte normally, our normal low for this time of the year is in the middle 20s. We're going to get down to about 18. Meanwhile, it's right around freezing for Missoula, Kalispell, and